Hey everybody, this is Matthew from Nerd News today. We're doing an impromptu video right now because some big news dropped this morning. So this is something we've been covering for quite some time on this website, really since it was announced, and that's Ghostbusters 3, which now has a name. We'll get to that in a second. But earlier today, Vanity Fair just released not only a few new images, but also the official title of the movie, and a brief synopsis and a few of the plot points that we can expect to see in this movie, which are accompanied by those photos. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. And here are the images we have now for this. So this is just kind of a little quick sneak peek of what we're going to be looking at. But, it's not a lot, but it's still a lot at the same time. And it's really awesome to be seeing all these things happening at once here. I mean, we've got Paul Rudd, we've got a ghost trap, we've got an Ecto-1, and we've got some spooky stuff happening. So that is really cool. But let's add some context to all this craziness here. And that's jump into the article itself. And again, this is from Vanity Fair. This is their exclusive. We're just posting about it here. But Vanity Fair got the scoop, and the first thing to know is that number one, we have a title. It is not Ghostbusters 3. It is not Ghostbusters 2020. It is Ghostbusters Afterlife. That was the rumor going around for the last few weeks. We kind of heard something about this. Some fans had made fan posters, which were really cool looking, but there was no confirmation. Today we have the official word that it is Ghostbusters Afterlife. So that's exciting. And again, here's our first image, which is of Paul Rudd. So underneath that image of Paul Rudd, there is some text. We're going to actually just read the article real quick to kind of get you some idea of what's going on. If you haven't checked out the article, it's going to be linked in the description to this video. So if you'd like to spend more time reading it, you can go over there to do that. But here are some of the important notes from this piece. And that's, we do have a plot now officially, which is something we've kind of known in bits and pieces, but now we have the actual information here. And we do know here, you can see in this paragraph, the single mom and her two kids at the center of Ghostbusters Afterlife have all these conflicts, complications, and issues, but on top of that, this family is also dealing with actual free-floating, full-torso, vaporous apparitions, and so on. And real nasty ones, too. So, we know that that's going to be Carrie Coon, McKenna Grace, and Finn Wolfhard. They are the three central characters to this film. Who they are still, we're not sure, but I think we're going to get some answers here. And by the way, as you can see in this next paragraph, we are going to have a trailer coming up on Monday. So that is huge news. Big surprise. They just finished wrapping production in, I think it was the end of September or maybe October. And you guys might know we didn't really do any Ghostbusters news for October or November. I got reasons for that. There's going to be a channel update coming up soon, so hopefully you guys will watch that. But there were valid reasons why we didn't get a chance to do those, and also why I've got a beard now, and most of the videos you're seeing, probably until February, do not have a beard. So check out that channel update coming soon. But so we got a little bit more information about our three main characters. We know again that Carrie Coon is going to be the mom, but she now has a name. It is Callie. McKenna Grace is the science-obsessed daughter Phoebe, and Finn Wolfhard is the gearhead son Trevor. They've left everything they know and moved to a small town in Oklahoma after inheriting property from the father she didn't know. So we know that they filmed in Canada, but they were pretending it to be Oklahoma, which is pretty cool. It's just a standard film thing. We don't have any context just yet on who this family could be, but I think we'll get some more hints as we keep reading. So again, we're talking about Jason Reitman, who's taking the reins from his father, Ivan Reitman. What's important to note in this paragraph, though, is that it's telling us a little bit more context to the overall arc of how it fits into the Ghostbusters universe. And it says, Afterlife is a new adventure that connects back to the Manhattan cross-rip of 1984. Manhattan cross-rip is the technical term for that long-ago bizarre incident in New York involving an apocalypse-summoning skyscraper, a gargantuan killer marshmallow man, and four working stiffs who managed to fight back against an ancient Sumerian god named Gozer. So, we've known for a while that it ties into the movie, we just didn't really know how. So this is how the universe is shaping up, and I'm not going to really note that it does mention, unlike the 2016 all-female reboot, I don't really need to talk about that, and to be quite honest, looking at all the Ghostbusters news videos we've been doing each month here, the amount of just like bile that comes out of people's mouths for no reason about the female reboot, I don't really feel the need to mention anything about it here, because it's totally not connected, totally different universe, it's its own movie, and I expect to probably be blocking a lot of comments this time around, because I don't really care about the female reboot in context of this movie. So anybody out there who wants to post any comments or anything about that, let's just make it about what you're looking at today. Forget the 2016 movie, because we've heard how much you hate it. Move on with your lives. So now we've got a paragraph about the original cast members who are coming back. And we do know a bunch are, and we know a bunch aren't. Obviously, Harold Ramis will not be in this because he passed away about 5 years ago. And as of now, Rick Moranis has not been confirmed to reprise anything, but who knows? That could be a secret. Um, we do know now that Sigourney's in. Dan, of course, is supposed to be in. Uh, Ernie Hudson is supposed to be in it in some capacity, I'm sure, and Bill Murray is apparently in it too. So we will see what the deal is with that. I think on Monday we'll probably get our first look if any of these guys are going to be in the trailer. I'm pretty sure Dan Aykroyd's going to be in it at the very least. I think that much we know. But how they all fit in, that's to be determined because a lot of time has passed since that first movie. And this article does mention we probably won't see much of the classic characters until the film itself reveals what became of them over the past 3 decades. So I think that is going to be a major factor of how things go on. We're going to see what these guys have been doing, but ultimately they're not the most important thing to this film. So our next plot point here is as the family arrives at an old farm, they begin to discover their connection to the original Ghostbusters. Trevor and Phoebe are about to find out who their grandfather was and whether they're ready to pick up the proton pack themselves. And it says here Reitman does not want to confirm much else about the family's history, but people may already notice some familiarity in their appearance. So there's been a lot of speculation that they are somehow related to the Spanglers, which is a possibility. I think there's also a strong possibility they could be related to the Stances. I don't really know who would be more sexually active or how it's going to work. I look forward to finding out how. So here we've got now our first contextual point of reference for the photos we've got. And this is in the collapsing barn of their farmhouse. They find an old car, plumed with rust, hidden beneath a tarp. The retro ambulance turned ghost hunting mobile. In this shot, Trevor lays eyes on his new ride for the first time, originally hinted at a year ago in the movie's teaser. So we got Finn Wolfhard down here. We've got the tarp. We've already seen a shot that they made just for the trailer, just that teaser trailer that happened in January, which had no real relation to what's being filmed for the movie per se. That was something they filmed separately on their own, but I'm sure there's going to be something similar. Maybe they'll use that shot as well. I don't really know what the deal is with that. We're going to still wait a few more months. But just, so you guys are clear with that, those were shot separately. Those were shot 2 separate times. That teaser back in January was done back in January. Finn Wolfhard was not cast until a little bit later on, and they didn't start filming until the summer. But we know that he's going to find the car, so that's at least our first thing here. And it says underneath the caption, underneath the photo, strange objects litter the property the family has inherited. So that's a little bit of a tease, and you got to wonder what else is going to be in that farm. What else is going to be in that barnyard where this Ecto-1 is. I think there's going to be a lot of cool stuff, because we also know about some toys that are coming up. I think it's going to be a separate video here. We did get a few spoilers from Hasbro, potentially, about what to see and what to expect. So I think that barn's going to have a little bit more than just the Ecto-1. And this shot here is really the one that gave me chills out of all 4 of them, more than even the one of Paul Rudd holding the ghost trap, and that's the Ecto-1 here just driving through this field. And so the description for this is elsewhere in the house, which is packed with a mountain of books and lots of bizarre technology. Phoebe will find a device that reads psychokinetic energy, which, is the PKE meter. And that's really cool. And it says here, Finn Wolfhard's Trevor gets the family car running. So, again, this is just really cool. The car looks like it's seen some rough times, but, man, that's a really great looking shot. It's a real Eric Spielberg kind of shot there. Real Reitman Spielberg shot, in my opinion. But that's just, man, I can't wait to see the trailer. I'm hoping that shot is in the trailer, because I want to see what this looks like. So moving on now, we've got McKenna Grace and Logan Kim, who is going to be one of the other characters in the movie who we know even less about, but clearly we can see here he's going to be a friend of McKenna Grace's character. So this caption here says, while her brother tinkers with the car, Phoebe finds herself transfixed by the mystery of their new town, not just by the peculiar subjects in their dilapidated home, but strange rumblings from a nearby mine. In this shot, she and her schoolmate, played by Logan Kim, ignore warning signs to venture closer to the abandoned and dangerous place. So the real important thing here is contextually, right below the photo, we see that it says, Trevor and Phoebe may actually know less about the Ghostbusters than anyone. What happened in 1984 is as mysterious to them as Van Halen and Run DMC is to Billie Eilish. Very nice sneaking in a little link there to your other Vanity Fair articles. But more importantly, it does add a little bit more context to the universe as we know it, which is kind of fun because, if we remember from Ghostbusters 1 to Ghostbusters 2 in 1989, the thing there was like, they were trying to cover up that the Marshall Man incident didn't even happen or whatever it was. Now it's like 30 plus years later. Yeah, maybe it did happen, maybe it didn't. No one really knows what the deal is. Maybe it was just mass hysteria. Who knows? So, interesting to see what they're going to do with that and how it's going to tie into the overall story of the film. But this shot here is where I actually start to get a little bit worried about things. More so than everything else. So we've already talked in other videos about how it kind of looks a little bit like Stranger Things in a lot of ways. It's kind of like Ghostbusters, Goonies, and Stranger Things, and a little bit of even like It, which took a lot from, I think, Stranger Things as well. And this shot in particular just feels very Stranger Things to me. But we'll come back to talk about that a little bit more later. But this shot is the one that has me most worried about the movie right now. But it is cool to see McKenna there, and cool to see Logan as well. And I am curious to see what they're going to do. I just don't want this to look like a scene from It when they go down to the sewers. And our final image here is Paul Rudd with the ghost trap. And this one says, fortunately, they have a summer school teacher named Mr. Grooberson, that's a name, who was a kid when the Manhattan cross trip occurred. Although later generations may think of it as a myth or not think of it at all, he remembers it obsessively and is excited to pass on what he knows. So it also goes on to say that it's been a while since he's seen anything like this and never this close. He might think he already knows a lot, but all of them are about to get an education in the otherworldly. What a catchphrase, oh my. So Mr. Grooberson is like one of the worst names ever, but it is cool to see Paul Rudd holding the ghost trap, and that thing looks, again, like it's been seeing a lot of action in the past. So that's really cool. It is a relic from the Ghostbusters of yesteryear. I want to know more about what his deal is, though, but again, Monday we're going to learn all about that. So, again, let's just talk about some of these images and a little bit more of my concerns now, because I've been on the board for this thing for quite some time. But seeing our first look at things now, as I said before, I think we're getting into a little bit of a Stranger Things territory, especially with the focus on the kids, which I know, having read the comments on all the Ghostbuster news videos we've been doing each month here on the channel, a lot of you have also been concerned about this movie centering on kids and on family. So, I was like, whatever, let's let it play out. And I'm still, let's let it play out. Monday we're going to see what the deal ultimately is going to be. But seeing a little bit more with these photos, it does raise some eyebrows for me. If I could do the people's eyebrow, I would do it. That's about as close as I can get. So that's what I'm doing right now out of these images. I don't think I hate the idea of kids in the movie. I don't at all. I think it's passing the torch. I think that's cool. It's going to bring in kids to hopefully see the movie as well, which was what we want. We want Ghostbuster fans to be old, young, new ones coming in, old ones coming back to it. We want it to be a generational passing of the torch, not just for the movie, but for fandom. But centering around the kids and seeing what they're doing and seeing what the shots are, and especially this one here, it's just reeking a little too much like Stranger Things. And I don't really want to see Stranger Things Ghostbusters, at least as of yet. I'm worried. I'm a little bit worried about this. Obviously, we weren't going to have a bunch of kids running around with proton packs either. That much is going to be true. But that's not to say that we couldn't see a few of them using some gear of some kind. Will we see the old guys, the originals, if you will, come back and put on the packs? I mean, maybe a little bit for nostalgia, but I don't think much. I think it's likely that, if Dan's going to be in the movie, I think he'll be the first one to put the proton pack on. I think we'll see Paul Rudd at some point probably wear one. I mean, there is going to be proton packs. And I know on Monday I have this strong psychic feeling that we're going to see proton packs finally in action, as well as the other gear. But, as of now, I am concerned about the kids, but I'm going to put my faith in Jason Reitman. I trust him. I trust what he's going to be able to do with these things. And I think that he knows what he's doing. I think we're going to still get a very good movie out of it no matter what. It just might not be what a lot of us wanted to get. A lot of us wanted to see the original 4 come back, which, isn't going to happen to begin with. But they wanted to see the original 3 that are still with us put on the packs, run around, and bust ghosts. You're not going to get that. This is about passing the torch. And according to Jason, it's also about family. That's a big part of this, too, is family. So that is interesting in itself to think, what are the families of, Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz, Ernie Hudson, Egon Spengler, if he had a family? What is the story of all these people? So that much is interesting. For now, again, concern, trepidation, but Monday is coming very, very soon, and we're going to have our first trailer on Monday. So at that point, I think all of our worries can be put aside, hopefully, and things will be revealed. So I cannot wait for Monday. It's going to be a really big day. I'm thinking about doing a reaction video. We don't normally do reaction videos here on Nerd News Today. Did it like once for a try. It was fun. Don't know if I want to do it again or not. So really, it's going to be up to you guys. Do you guys want to see us do a reaction video? Maybe we'll even see if we can get Andrea in to do this one with us. Do you want to see us do a reaction video for the new trailer on Monday? No matter what, we're going to talk about it. But a reaction? Maybe, maybe not. You tell us what you want to see. But thank you for watching this video today. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. Let them know this movie's coming out, that it has a name, and it's coming very, very soon. Things are going to get really now picking up hardcore starting in 2020 especially. First trailer on Monday. I'm pretty positive at Toy Fair we are going to see new toys. and then it's just a countdown to the summer. We're going to see all the tie-ins, more trailers, TV spots, everything else. At this point now, it is a race to the finish line. We're so close. Ghostbusters Afterlife. Let's see what you guys got. So I'm Matthew from Nerd News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys very soon.